Hey guys, it's Kirsten with Kirsten Spencer Photography and Mini Session Inspiration and Photoshop Education on Facebook. Anyway, I'm going to give you a little lesson on editing an image that I used with Off Camera Flash. You can see on the right, I don't know my left and right, on the right is the final image, and this is the, sorry, that is the raw image. I mean, I guess they all look beautiful. So you can see here, actually, you know what? Put a pin in that. Let's open it up. Okay. So the first thing I do is I always click on the lens correction. I just click these two. Then I go usually to the curves layer and bump up the darks. I think it just makes it look so much creamier when you move that up a little bit. We'll do 30, which is 29, same difference. Okay, so you can see I kind of lowered it. She is very pale, so I kind of lowered that a little bit. We can warm it up a little bit. I raised the whites. Kind of go like that. Maybe up the contrast a little bit. The vibrance a little bit, 20, 21. Okay, let's go ahead and open the image. That's another one of her. Okay, so you can see on the right is my AD 200 Pro with my 47-inch Octabox. It's aiming at the back of her hair, so you can see how beautifully the hair has a nice rim light on it. The other photos, actually, did I even open that one? Oh yeah. So this one, it was very overcast. This is like 7:45 at night, I think. So if she's in the middle of the road, my flash is on the edge of the road where it wouldn't get run over by a car. So it's like maybe 4 or 5 feet away from her, raised pretty high, and it's on full power right into her face. I wanted some really dramatic light and dark on her. This one, we're around the corner, and this was taken 5 minutes apart. So it's like 7, let's just say. So I knew I wouldn't necessarily need a bunch of light on her face because it was so soft, but I wanted the light almost behind her, angling towards her hair for a nice rim light. So I usually have my flash at 1/64th power. That just seems to work for me. And that's always my kind of like starting point. So that's probably where I have it. This is my 70 to 200 lens, shot at f4, and just dialed everything in to get correct exposure. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to do is we're going to crop it to an 11:15. That's just something I learned in my travels. So what I'm using is behind her, I'm going to use the wall to get my vertical lines. Vertical lines. We don't want to piss anyone off. Okay, up here, I'm going to click on Content Aware, but I have a feeling it's going to be a big, huge fail. We'll find out, though. Cross your fingers. Okay, not terrible. Oh yeah, like her hair over here. Okay, so as much as I hate cloning, I feel like that's gonna just have to be where we start. Oh, that was a rookie mistake. Let's put the opacity at 100%. And we'll do the walkway. Get her hair out of there. I'm just kind of pushing this over a little bit. I'm gonna try something. I also want to get rid of that flag. That looks kind of wonky. So I'm just going to get the kind of bokeh balls. It's very pretty. Let's sample over there so we don't get the repeating pattern that we love so much. All right. So that looks terrible, but I do something to fix that in a few minutes. So put a pin in that. Okay. So I just created an action called blue skin. I'm going to run. Okay. Let's get a white brush. So a lot of newborn, I feel like a lot of newborn sets come with an action to remove blue skin. I'm just going to take some out of her. And of course her hair is just absolutely gorgeous. Just going to bump up the contrast. This is just a little bit of contrast and a little bit of saturation. And I'm going to go ahead and flatten that. Okay, so to get rid of the hack cloning job that I did, I have overlays. So I go to File, Place, Embedded, and then I go to where my overlays live. The ones I use are from Florabella. So I want a nice pink, which looks like maybe would be this one. Let's just try it out. I feel like, actually, you know what, now that I look at it, it's almost, so I'm going to resize this circle into an oval, so I hold the shift down. I just want the tip of it. I'm going to double click. I'm going to change the blending mode to screen, because that gets rid of the black. I'm going to do it again with the shift. Okay. That also kind of like makes it like makes sense to, oh, there's a light source coming in and hitting her hair. So that's lovely. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and flatten that because I already know I love it. Okay, so let's see. I'm not going to remove the poles right here because I feel like that would just, I don't want to even attempt that. However, I feel like I would like to just go in and move the poles coming out of her back. So I'm cloning again. Okay, beautiful. I am going to run my blue skin one more time for that, just that leg. I feel like needs a little bit more. Just get in the shadows there. Another action that I have that I love, and we actually sell it in my store, which is the photographerscollaborative.com, the Michelle designer set. Let's do the baby light. Okay, so I love this, but I don't want her body to be so bright. So what I can do is on the mask, hit Control or Command I, which inverts it, get a white brush, and I'm just gonna go on her face and then right around the edge of her hair where the light is. We're going to do a little on off. Let's just bring it down a little. Beautiful. And then also the baby pop. Okay, let me show you the before and after. Just boosts the contrast up a little bit more. And then we can flatten that. Okay. I feel, let's see. So in this action, there's also a jaundice, which is yellow skin. So again, I don't want it to apply to the whole picture, so I'm going to Control I. And I'm just going to, just a little bit, kind of a yellow going on. Okay. So let's go up here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I will do my dodge and burn. So we are going to make a curves layer. I use this little finger here. I raise it a little bit. I rename it highlight. And then inverse the mask. Okay, now I'm going to go back and do another curves layer. Get the finger again. Go down. That's right. Let's call it low light. Okay, I'm going to start with her face. So let's get a white paintbrush, really little. Okay, I have properties open here. If you don't see properties, you can always go to window and then make sure properties is checked. Okay, so for the low light, I want to just go up under her cheekbone. And then I'm just going to do a couple dots up where her smoky eye is, where her normal muscles are. Kind of outline the shadows that you already see. Okay, keep an eye on her cheek. We're going to take the feather and we're going to move it to the right until it blends. Oop, it's starting to. Okay, let's try 30. Okay, beautiful. Now we're going to do the same thing with the highlight. So now the highlight, we're going to paint on where there's a natural highlight on her top lip, going up her nose. I missed a low light. I'm going to outline her calf as a dancer. Let's do the highlight. Okay. Okay, same thing. Drag the feather to the right. Okay, where it just pops a little bit. I am going to inverse this brush. I did a little too much on her calf. take it off a smidge. All right, let me see. See, I love how this gives her little cheekbones and then highlights parts that need to be highlighted. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and flatten that. I'm going to click back on my actions. So let's see. I have Florabella's Classic, which I've always loved. She has Brush On Color Pop. Let's run that action. Little saturation and levels going on. Okay, so a white brush. I'm just going to see. Okay, so it's just going to bring the color in. Obviously, that's a little nuts. I'm going to take it off the sole because I feel like, woo, it's a little bright. Lower this to 50%. There we go. Just makes the color really pretty. I'm going to flatten that because I love it. She also has one, Florabella does, called Add Some Drama. I love this, but very, very little. Let's try 28. Okay, I love that. And from here, I would probably stop because that looks pretty beautiful to me. The best advice I can give with the off-camera flash is just to go and turn it on and start playing. Because this picture, anyone could have taken it. If you have a 70 to 200 lens, I have a Mark IV, but who cares, whatever, 6D. Put the light behind her just so it adds a nice little dimension to the back of her head and take the picture. Ta-da! And have fun. Be inspired. This picture inspired me, for sure. So, okay, I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you. Bye.